You got to celebrate like this is your last. Clint Boyer taught me that, and you got to celebrate like it's your last, and I do every time.
And it's going to be Ron Capps.
Funny Car World Champion, Ron Capps. We're here with three-time Funny Car champ, Ron Capps. Ron, I heard that you grew up around tractor pulls. How did that translate into a love?
I told you tractor pulls.
Did some research. Got to do some research here.
Well, I did, kind of. I grew up in a little town called San Luis Obispo, California. And it had this, the Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. It's a great college. It's very much an agricultural college. So I did see a lot of tractor pulls, but my dad built engines for race cars all around our area. So some were tractor pullers, some were dirt cars, some were drag cars.
And then, I mean, we got to address the elephant in the room here, this beautiful hot rod Napa 100 years. What's it been like to work with them for a long time in your career and just have their support in this car?
Yeah, Taylor, it's been, 18 years for me as a Napa sponsored driver. But you take it a step further in this year to be able to celebrate 100 years of Napa. I mean, it's, everybody drives around, you see the Napa sign, but you don't imagine somebody could be in business 100 years since 1925, so it's nuts. So glad I was able to do this. It's really cool because my teammate Chase Elliott, right? We get to run it before Chase does. So I'm a little. I feel like I got a notch up on Chase and his team. They're going to run it in Texas in a couple weeks. We got to run it here, and hopefully we can give it a win before Chase wins Texas. How's that?
That sounds great. And you talk about oval racing a little bit. Now, you've done some dirt racing. I know you do some sim as well. But from the side of maybe SRX and even running out Eldora, is there any similarities you can draw between the dirt racing world and NHRA?
I ran all the Preludes when Tony Stewart used to have those, and I was the very first one. And then I ran every one of them, and then again the SRX. But Eldora, and I remember every Prelude to the Dream race was so cool because you had these NASCAR drivers in IndyCar, and you had all these drivers that normally we're all at the racetrack. We don't look like we're very friendly because we're in race mode, right? And you go out and sign autographs and you're friendly, but the Tony Stewarts and the Kyle Bushes and guys like that, and they're having a blast. Everybody's in relax mode and just there to race. So I loved those events. And I always tell people there's nothing like Eldora. Going into turn 3 wide open and trying to hold it wide open, and you got Jimmy Johnson on your right, you got Kyle Busch on your left, you got Tony Stewart in your mirror, and you're out there and you're thinking, what am I doing here? And it was such a great event every year, and to show up at SRX and to start on the pole and have who other than Tony Stewart right behind me, and I led for like 7 laps, and I was on Tony's jet flying home afterwards. So he actually was the biggest compliment in the world. He said, I forgot I was driving my own car. I was so impressed with what you were doing in front of me. I said, liar, first of all. But no, it was fun. I love the dirt race, and I love every chance I get it. But Eldora is one of the most intimidating, and this is coming from a guy going 330 miles an hour. One of the most intimidating things you can do in a race car. And I bet if you go ask Marco Andretti, you ask Jimmy Johnson, any of them, they'll tell you the same thing.
And you are one of few drivers to win in both top divisions of drag racing. I gotta ask, what's been the coolest to win in Top Fuel or Funny Car?
Oh, my first win was Top Fuel in a very unsponsored car. Very cool to beat Kenny Bernstein's and guys like that. But Funny Car is a different animal, and it's very difficult to win. It gets that way every year. I'd probably Indy last year, the U.S. Nationals, to win it with a Hot Wheel tribute car for Don the Snake Prudhomme was probably the most memorable thing I could do to my career so far. But these things they're like a World Outlaw sprint car, like a Chili Bowl midget, like a jet engine aircraft all wrapped into one. That's a funny car.
So if you had to describe NHRA Funny Car Racing in one word, what would it be?
Oh my God, one word. God, that is a great question. I don't know if I can do it in one word. Hold on. One word. Gosh. Well, maybe gosh. Maybe that's the word. Gosh, yeah. If I said something, can you bleep it out? You sure?
Yeah, I can.
That is every run in a funny car that every driver says at the finish line.
I mean, I gotta be honest, that's the word I said when I was standing next to the Nitro funny cars when they were coming by the first time. Baptism by Nitro, right?
Well, you're here at 40,000 horsepower, 4 cars at once, so it's a little different, but These cars are the most unpredictable thing I've ever driven. I got to drive some pretty cool cars. This is crazy.
And we talk about the insane horsepower you hear with the four wides. What's it like being in Charlotte competing at this event?
It's fun. You know, it's NASCAR country for us. The first time we came here, I'll never forget, I was walking through just a crowd of people going to another autograph thing. And all you hear is, oh my God, there's Ron Capps. They're so used to not getting near their NASCAR drivers of their choices, their favorite NASCAR drivers, because you never see them, right? They go from the car to the motorhome. And I love you, NASCAR. They're all a lot of friends of mine, but you just don't ever see them. And they were shocked to see me or John Forrest or somebody just walking through the pit area. And if people are just touching me as I'm walking by, and I thought, this is weird. But it was weird to them. So they've grown accustomed to it. When we come to town now for the four wides, they're the most polite fans that we have, and they're most rabid fans. So it's pretty cool.
I've got a few fun questions to ask you. Hopefully they're fun.
More fun ones.
First up, what is the fastest street car you've ever driven?
I had a 68 Chevelle, was my very first car ever, and I was just out of high school. I was actually in high school when I had the first 68 Chevelle. I never got to take it to a drag strip, but it was, I used to, it's the type of thing where you could tape a $100 bill on the dashboard and have your friends try to grab it and just nail the throttle. So I'm not sure what it actually ran in a quarter mile, but it was plenty fast.
And then go to karaoke song.
Oh my gosh, you got good. You got to go with one that's safe, that if I miss on it, I still sound like I'm okay. I like the Pee Wee Herman version of Tequila.
That's a good version of that song.
Because I just have to scream out tequila, right? Yeah.
That's it. Not too hard, but a fun song. Fun song.
I could do a shot of tequila.
Favorite movie genre?
Oh, gosh. Comedy, yeah. Dark, super dark comedy. Blazing Saddles. Yeah, I love all that. Step Brothers. All that fun stuff.